Hello everybody, John here, Midnight Paint and Body channel. In this video, we're going to do a spray-in bed liner in this brand new Ford Ranger. So yeah, something a little different, a brand new truck. Just going to be a quick little video. We're just going to do a spray-in bed liner. So I'll kind of take you along on the prepping and masking and spraying of doing one of these bed liners. Might be helpful for somebody. Figured I may as well make a video of it. So our little truck, brand new Ford Ranger, nice small little box, so it's not heck of a lot of sanding. Yeah, pretty cool little truck. I like it. And look at this. You can measure right on your tailgate. That's actually pretty handy. I bet you those numbers will get rubbed off though if you use this as a truck. If it gets used as a truck, you never know. So what we're going to do first off is just start getting it ready in here by taking off, you know, the cargo hooks and probably those inner bed lights, a few things that can come off. We'll see if this plate will come off for the power outlets, although that won't be bad to mask if we have to, so just be nice to get it out of the way. Something else I personally always do with spray-in bed liners, if there are fasteners like this, sometimes even if they have fasteners holding the bed down to the frame, I like to take them out, and then when it's all dry, obviously you put them back in. Because if you're the guy that has to work on this truck after some hack sprays over all that stuff, you can't get them out without cutting the bed liner and making a big mess. So that's just kind of thinking of the next guy. You know, if someone has to take this panel off to access the tailgate handle, or maybe to repair the tailgate or something, we're going to make it so those fasteners can still come out. So let's just start ripping this thing apart. Yeah, those things are snug. Wow, those suckers must be Loctited in there. This one I can't even budge. I'm afraid it's going to break. Holy crap. Gonna have to put a little bit of heat to those things. With all these guys undone, rather than undoing these connections, there's no easy way to undo this one other than popping these out of these little tabs, which will probably break. So I think we'll just take these guys. Oh, we're losing the camera. We're missing the zip tie moment. did I do it backwards? And then we'll just mask these holes up when we spray the liner. So we're just gonna tuck those inside, same idea. Zip tie it on there so we don't lose it down inside the bedside. Okay, so there's everything undone. Now, these bolts holding all of the cargo hooks in, they've got a ton of Loctite on them. All of the ones on that side came out easier because I heated them all first. Now you can see how I've discolored the paint a little bit. I was being as careful as I could using heat on them. It's not a big deal because we're covering that all up, but if you weren't, you'd have a hell of a time getting those out, because I tried just with a ratchet by hand and it felt like that bolt was going to snap off in there. I think it probably would have either snapped or stripped before I got it out without heating them. So something to keep in mind if you happen to be doing one of these. My cheapy little ratchet, I must have just overloaded it. This thing, honestly, this CC brand, they sent me this to review quite a while back, and I've used the heck out of that thing, and I actually really like it. For an inexpensive tool, it definitely does the job, so I'm glad it didn't die. So I'm going to clean up a little bit and we'll start sanding. So, if you're doing one of these, get yourself one of these sanding cups. I believe this came from a company called Duragold Abrasives. I like to use it on my polisher because I can turn the speed way down. Now with this, you can get right into all these ribs and grooves. But first, I have to plug it in. Let's try that again. So I'll go around and do everything I can possibly reach on the inside of this box. So that sands it nicely. It takes all of that shine off. So we're going to use this as much as possible. And then when I'm done with that, we're going to get back in there and hand sand around all the edges that are hard to get to. So now you can see the inside of the bed is nice and dull. You can see you can easily dig right through the paint with that thing, so it does work well. In this case it doesn't matter because we are putting a bed liner over it. So my next step, any of these places that you're not getting into with that cup, you're gonna have to get in and hand sand all of it. So the prep is so important on these. Now if you've got some shiny spots down there, that's where this stuff is going to peel off. If it starts peeling in a corner or somewhere, then you've got a disaster on your hands, because once you have a spray and bed liner, it's not like you can take it out and redo it. So if you don't do it right the first time, you are in for a disaster. So I'm just using some 180 grit right now. I'm going to go around, I'm going to get into every single edge, up in tight to stuff like this. I'm going to make sure it's all sanded. So I'll probably spend an hour in here just basically trim sanding everything, because I need to be absolutely certain that everything is prepped. So I'm going to continue on doing that, and then we'll bring you back for the next step. So I'm ready to back this thing into the booth and start masking. So I should have pointed out too, actually, I mentioned using that sanding cup. Obviously you don't have to have one of those. And you can hand sand this, you can machine sand it. You could red Scotch-Brite it as long as you really scrub at it. I just pointed that out because it does make your life a whole lot easier if you have one. It's just a lot faster. So I'm going to back this into the booth and let's start getting her masked up. So here we are, all masked up, ready to go. Just about ready to go. My next step is going to be to wash this all down really good with some wax and grease remover. Make sure everything is super clean. And we'll be ready to spray. So you can see the holes where I have to put bolts back in. I have plugged those so they don't get full of the bedliner material. But other than that, yeah, she's ready to go. Now, if you're working on an older truck or something where you have bare metal, if you've been sanding, you're sanding through and stuff, make sure you put some etching primer or epoxy primer over your bare metal. In this case, obviously we don't need any primer because it's all sanded. What we're going for is mechanical adhesion. So that's why we sand things. It gives it a tooth for the new material to bite into when it dries, whether it's paint or bedliner or whatever you're using. So I'm going to get this washed down. I'll bring you guys back when we're ready to spray. All right, got my first batch mixed up and we're ready to spray. So that's all there is to it. We're all sprayed up. So this stuff cures fairly fast actually, so I'm gonna just let it sit for an hour or two and we'll come in and unmask it. Well, there it is guys, all finished up, put back together. So it's nice and neat and tidy. That's still a little soft, so I was able to put most of it together because a couple things just need to be tightened up, but I'll let it sit another hour. So just a quick little video for you. Might be helpful for somebody if you want to do one of these. Biggest thing, just like pretty much anything in this trade, is prep. So spend the extra time sanding. Make sure it is all sanded, because you don't want to come back on one of these things. So, as always, I hope it was helpful, and I hope you'll come back and check out the next video. We'll see you then.